important function for the other research themes at the Well Living Lab. So obviously it's critical towards your health and just protecting you from chronic disease, illness, weight gain. But it's also critical to some of our other themes. So one is in stress and resiliency. So getting enough sleep is so important for our ability to regulate our emotions and also how we process, or rather how we respond to stressors or other emotional information that we're getting. So when we sleep, we tend to see things, I think, through like a clearer glass and respond appropriately. Whereas when we're sleep deprived, we tend to see things more negatively. We tend to assume that people are out to get us. And then we also tend to have a more negative viewpoint on how things are, which obviously is very hard for dealing with stress, and also makes us less resilient. And then also performance is another one of the themes that sleep is so important for. So sleep plays an important role in our ability to react to things. So we're faster if we get enough sleep. It impacts our decision-making abilities, our ability to problem solve, learning new information and retaining that information. Sleep has been shown to be incredibly important for those functions. And then even going outside of, I think, more of those mental or cognitive functions, sleep has been shown to impact our physical performance. So athletes are often, they'll often get recommendations to be getting enough sleep, even at the expense of having those really early practices, because it's been shown that when you're sleeping, it's almost as if your brain is practicing some of those physical skills and that your performance actually improves the next day. What the Well Living Lab needs to be studying is that even though we do have these potential solutions, we do have ways of measuring sleep, again, a lot of people aren't taking them. So really, I think one of the things that's most important is to both understand how can we make these solutions to improve sleep more effective for people and easier to do, because sometimes you just really it's hard to remember to like turn off your phone or like to change those habits. The other thing is that with some of these connections between the environment and our sleep, some of these connections are things that we just need to look at more. So the mechanism of how it works, because if we know how it works, then we can come up with better solutions. So it's incredibly important to not only understand sleep generally, but also how it's impacting different age groups. It is really, I think, helping identify good ways to both educate people about their sleep as well as solutions for how they can improve their sleep. Because again, it's one of those things that I think right now for people, we either tend to, as a society, disregard sleep, or if we do recognize that we have a problem, we tend to just go with the easy fix, which is medication, which is one of probably the worst things you can be doing because it's not a long-term solution. So you're not really addressing that problem on the long term. I mean, obviously, if you have a specific disorder and you're prescribed medication by a doctor, like, you should do that. But I think for if somebody that you're just struggling to sleep a little bit at night, really addressing those behavior modifications. So changing your routine to be more supportive of sleep, and then also making sure that your environment is supportive of sleep. And so through the research of the Well Living Lab, we'll hopefully have easier solutions for people.